Hello everyone, welcome back to Talking Reds. Liverpool 2, Fulham 2. Is that 1 point gain for Liverpool or is it 2 points dropped? The title race is getting tasty right now, and Liverpool have drawn 2 in a row, Newcastle and Fulham in the league respectively. But yesterday was a different game because it was a completely different game to Newcastle. Yesterday we got 10 men quite early on. We came back twice to ensure we got the draw. And that's what I love about this Liverpool this season. The mentality difference, the mentality shift this season is that one I've seen in the 1920 season when we won the league. That mentality to never give up, to never be beaten. And that's that Liverpool that won the league. It's looking good in terms of that mentality, but there's definitely issues and definitely things that need addressing. And that are starting to show now. They're starting to show the lack of DM, the lack of the left back replacement for Robbo proactively rather than reactively is starting to show. You know, Jota coming was an absolute. It was so needed. It was so needed Jota to come back. That clinical striker that we needed up front, and it showed yesterday. We're going to talk about the controversial things. We're going to talk about the refereeing decisions. We're going to talk about the goals and what it means for the title race going forward, and where Liverpool now lie. Obviously, dropping 2 games in a row is not good. We said this in a preview. Me and Harmony both stated that Fulham's not an easy game. We could easily drop points here, and what we don't want here is to drop points in 2 games in a row because it's a mentality thing, and it's when you start doubts creeping in, and it's hard to get them away. And two games in a row could easily turn to 5 games in a row where you haven't got a win, and we're seeing that with Man City right now. You know, 2 games in a row of not winning, they're going 7, 6, 7, 8, 9 games without winning. So it's that easily in a league like this. It's such a hard league, such a hard elite competition. I just hope we bounce back quick. Yesterday, however, the Robbo red card. Let's start with the Robbo red card because it was the first major incident. And do I think it was a red card? Yes, personally, yes. I get why people might think it wasn't because it was a heavy touch from Harry Wilson and the ball sort of went away from him. But I thought it wasn't out of his reach of him to recover and get a chance on goal. I think he could have recovered and got a chance on goal. Therefore, I think it's a red card. I think it was silly from Robbo, poor heavy touch from Robbo, and then to clean him out instead of letting Alisson Becker do Alisson Becker, because Alisson Becker is the best one-on-one keeper in the world. I think he had a good possibility of saving it, but it's awful. We've said it a few times on this channel now. It's awful to see what Robbo is doing now. And people say, well, do you remember the games he did against Man City? Yeah, he's had 2 great games in that, but 2 great games don't make up for 10 bad games. And that's not being disrespectful to Robbo because I don't like to see this. Robbo is the best left back I've ever seen in my lifetime at this club, and I fucking love the player. I love the player, but this is what Liverpool do. As a club, we run players into the ground to the point where they don't get rest, they don't get competition behind them enough. They fall off before we react in transfers. And we're so tight on spending that we see this happen. This happens constantly. It happened with Fabinho, it happened with Endo. It happens constantly. And a lot of Liverpool fans wanted left back in the summer. A lot of Liverpool fans wanted DM in the summer. A lot of Liverpool fans wanted this in the summer. A centre back. And it's starting to show now. It's starting to show exactly the way it did last season, exactly the way it has done in previous seasons, but people don't want to listen. It's not about being right either. It's about making sure Slot has enough. Because Slot, for me, has shown enough that he can go win this title. He's shown enough for me. And given the tools, he can do. But as always, I feel like we're getting to the point now where we're starting to drop off. And it's the lack of squad that he's got. Is having to play players where he don't want to play them. And he can't rest them. And Van Dijk said it so many times. Said it that we need help, and we ain't got it. It's awful to see this Robbo drop off, and I want him to get back to his best, but I don't think he will now, and it's going to be an inconsistent of performances. Well, it's banned for 3 games now. Possibly might change one depending on the appeal if we do appeal. But he's banned for 3 games now, including the League Cup game midweek. But Yeah, I think it's a red card personally. I can see why people complain about it, but I think it's a red card. Then Pereira, before he scored, should have been sent off as well. I thought that was. I didn't see this until after um, when I posted on Twitter about it. But I saw the Pereira incident. I thought, yes, he's come down on the back of his Achilles there, and it's not a good tackle at all. And that should be a red card. That should be looked at. If the referee misses it on the pitch, the people in the VAR room should be looking at it. And when people say let's bin VAR, it's not VAR that's the problem, guys. It's the people that's you running it. If you can't see that by now, then I can't help you because being in VAR is just not the way to go forward right now. What it needs to do is we need to make these referees accountable for their actions, their decisions, and the fact that they're using VAR as a scapegoat to get out of it. So yeah, that should have been a red card as well. So that was a big incident. That's probably the only incident in the actual game that I had an issue with in terms of referee decisions. The other referee decisions that was on there was a tackle from who was it now? Was it? Yeah, it was Diop. I can't think it was on there. It was Diop tackle. For me, that's just a standard foul. It's a foul that I see every day, every week when I play football on Saturday. It's a standard foul that is it's just one of them things. They both went for the ball. One got a bit late to the ball, yellow card. I won't shout for a red card in that. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't like head height or anything like that. It was a standard. Two players went for the ball. One player got a bit late, yellow card. Foul, yellow card. Move on. There's not a red card for that, mate. If that's a red card, then contact football shouldn't be a contact sport for you. But that's just a standard foul. Yellow card, move on. But the Gomez one, and this one has people talking online. The Gomez incident, the Tete one, where Gomez went in the box, Tete went and sort of collided together with him, went that way and collided together with him, and people wanted a penalty. And on this channel, right, I want to be honest. I want to be unbiased. I'm not going to be biased about things that I don't believe just for the sake of being right for Liverpool. I want to be honest with you guys and take bias away. That right there, if you look at Tete's face throughout the whole incident, if you look at the angle where you can see Tete's face throughout the whole incident, his intentions, his eyes were on Gakpo. His eyes were looking at the shot. I think it was Gakpo that shoot. I think it was Gakpo. Yeah, it was Gakpo. His eyes were looking straight at Gakpo. And he was concentrating on that shot Gakpo was about to release. Tete moved his body to block the shot, to block the Gakpo shot. You could see that if you look at those eyes, you see he's looking at, and I think the last split second, is sort of probably, I could see his eyes shift a tiny bit, where he probably noticed Gomez in his peripheral. He noticed Gomez just slightly in his vision, but he'd already committed to that block. And once you've already committed as a footballer or a sportsman, once you've already committed to a move, you physically can't get out of that move. And then what happened was Gomez ran straight into him. If Tete had looked at Gomez all that time and then blocked him off purposely, like an NFL player, then fair enough, it's a penalty. However, his eyes didn't move until the split last second onto Gomez. If that, he was looking at Gakpo's shot and he went to go block Gakpo's shot. I think it was just a complete accident. It was an unfortunate collide of both players. If it was a foul anyway, probably foul on Gomez into Tete. He ran into him. Tete didn't really do anything, really, apart from just try to block the shot. And if you call him for a penalty for that, then I'm sorry, you can't have played the game. You can't have played the game. And I'm being deadly serious. You can't have played the game because, just be honest here as Liverpool fans. If you see that as a penalty, fair enough, but you've got to be unbiased here. If that was against Liverpool, right? If that was the other way around, and if Gomez had done that at the back and he'd tried blocking the shot and a Fulham player came, I'd be fucking fuming to that giving a penalty. Fuming. And I think a lot of Liverpool fans would. So keep this bias away from yourself and start being honest about what you're seeing here. We could all put still images online and it look worse than what it is. We could all look slow motion and angles from behind and things like that. Just look at the angle just look at Tette's face about the whole thing. He looks at Gakpo and he tries blocking the shot. And for me, it's not a penalty. And if we're crying about that, then we can't cry about anything when it comes. You got to be honest as football fans. Forget Liverpool fans. You got to be honest as football fans. The red card earlier from Pereira was a red card, but that wasn't a penalty. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And I say it because if you haven't played football, you've got any footballer, any person that's played football will probably been in that scenario at some point where they've blocked a ball and they've accidentally took someone else out or someone else has ran into them, but their intention of blocking the ball, nothing to do with Gomez. Like I said, if he saw Gomez early on and he purposely looked at Gomez and blocked him like an NFL player, it's a penalty. But he didn't do that. He tried blocking the shot and it was just an unfortunate incident. Move on. That's it. So if we're going to cry about referees, I'm the first person to call out these referees. I've done many videos on this, especially on this channel, about referees being not good enough, incompetent, and neglect certain incidents that question logic at times, and they need to be accountable. But I won't have got a ref for getting something right either. I won't just cry to the Liverpool fan. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you guys. So the goals, counter-attack, I thought Alex Iwobi played well, and I expected that. We said on the preview that Alex Iwobi is going to be a danger, especially on the left-hand side, but Trent didn't look arsed. And it's really frustrating me because I defend Trent to everyone and anything and everyone. But when he's not looking arsed like that, you can't defend it. I'm sorry, you can't defend it. If his mind's elsewhere, then see you later, if I'm honest. And I don't want to say that because Trent, I fucking love Trent. And I defend him all the time. To rivals, I defend him all the time. But when he's giving that hearted effort, I'm sorry, that's not good enough. I don't want to see it. I'm hoping he bounces back from yesterday. I don't think it was terrible. I just think it was his effort more than anything. And I don't like to see that. Effort should be coming first and foremost as a footballer, especially for your team, your home club team. You're the guy that's supposed to set the standards in terms of effort in this team because you're a scouser. This is your team. Is his mind elsewhere? Your guess is as good as mine, guys. Your guess is as good as mine, and it could be. It really could be. And if he does leave, and then if he's not giving that effort, then I'm not asked. If I'm honest, if he leaves, if he's going to give that effort, but I am asked at the same time because I fucking love Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's one of my favourite players, and I've defended him all that time, and I will continue to defend him. But when it comes to things like that, you've got to fucking work hard. You've got to try and stop walking around the pitch. We're not fucking Man United here. That's what Man United players do. That's what Rashford does. That's what Bruno Fernandes does. Walks on the pitch, gives up. We don't do that at Liverpool. I don't want to see that at Liverpool, especially from a homegrown player. It's awful to see. Standout players, though. Also, their attacks were very, very good. I thought also, like I said, a great finish from Pereira and Muniz later on as well. A good finish from Pereira on the back post, but the Muniz finish was good as well. Also a flick. Again, it's a big problem for us in DM and the full back areas. Quansah, I don't know what's happened to Quansah. Last season, he was unreal. Last season, he actually took over Konate, and rightfully so, because Konate did drop off, but Quansah was unreal as well. And this season, that first half against Ipswich and then got brought off, has it killed him? Has it killed his confidence? I don't know, he's just not the same player. He's not the same player. And it's awful because Konate is not there now. Konate has been arguably one of our best players this season. And now Quansah's there. It's awful to see, and we're not going to have Robbo. So who goes at left back now? No Robbo, no Tsimikas. Does Gomez go left back? That means Quansah will stay centre back. He needs to work harder. He needs to do not work harder, but he needs to do better. I didn't expect that coming from Kwanzaa at all. I don't understand what's going on with him. Yeah, it's definitely a mystery, that one. It's definitely a mystery. Going into midfield, defence wasn't amazing yesterday. Van Dijk was alright. He wasn't incredible, but I think the whole team wasn't either. But midfield, Ryan Gravenberch. Give this guy a new contract now. Give him a 10-year contract. I don't give a shit. This guy is the adaptability king. He's unreal. He has sacrificed so much this season. He sacrificed his forward play to play DM, which he doesn't normally play. Then yesterday, he sacrificed his whole midfield game. He went into centre-back position, and it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. He is a big reason why Liverpool are in the title race this season, because of his unselfishness in terms of adapting to different roles and willing to sacrifice his positions and his actual abilities to cover positions. That's what Steven Gerrard did. And that's a high praise for me to say, Gambit, you're doing what Steven Gerrard did here. He sacrificed his game sometimes to play. I remember Steven Gerrard, we went to, I think it was Nou Camp, and Steven Gerrard played right back to pocket Ronaldinho. He sacrifices, I do apologise for that. He sacrifices all game to pocket Ronaldinho and make sure we get the fucking win. He did it in Champions League finals, Steven Gerrard. He dropped back into defence and he knew he had to sacrifice his game in midfield to cover the defence and keep AC Milan out. And it fucking worked. And that's what Ryan Gravenberch is doing. And fucking fair play to you, Ryan Gravenberch. Fair play to you. Because you are exactly, I love a footballer like Ryan Gravenberch. A player that can play anywhere. A player that can change the way and just change the way he wants to adapt to a certain situation. He could play to a situation. If he needs to drop back in defence, he'll drop back in defence. If he needs to play on the right wing, he'll play on the right wing. I fucking love players like that. Complete footballers. I love midfielders like that. Normal midfielders are normal complete players. And Ryan Gravenberch, fucking love that. Love that. Absolutely love that. Szoboszlai, another player, again, sensational yesterday, I thought, off the ball and on the ball, finally. He's doing bits on the ball now, it's fantastic, but his work rate off the ball is sensational. His energy is absolutely vital to where we're playing. Absolutely vital. Szoboszlai, I love the energy that he brings. I love off the ball, but on the ball is much better yesterday. Curtis Jones was incredible. Again, not taking his chances with McAllister not there, and I see McAllister coming straight back in quite easily. The forwards, again, didn't really do much. I thought Gakpo were decent. Took his goal well at the back post. Salah's cross for the goal, by the way. Chef's kiss. Because Mohamed Salah, every time, when you need someone to step up and do something, it's him that comes with an absolute pin-perfect cross into the back post. Pin-perfect it was. Assists as well as goals. This is what he does constantly now. And even if he was, had a bad game, he comes up with something like that, which changes the game. Gakpo, I thought was decent. Diaz didn't really do much again. I'm getting quite frustrated at Diaz. But Jota came on, and Jota is the slotter. It was a good pass by Nunes, by the way. Nunes, brilliant pass. But it doesn't mean that Nunes had a great game. I thought it was alright when it came on Nunes, but it's still, this is what we've missed. The slotter. The Jota, the slotter, the Diego Jota. This is exactly what we've missed up front, and this is what Nunes should be doing. The turn and the composure and the know-how where that goal is, where that bottom corner is, finish. Easy. That's slotter. That is the striker. That's a forward that can score goals. That's a clinical player. And all the time he's had out, and from just the sharpness of just this quick turn, finish. That's what I want to see from Nunes. I'm so glad Jota's back. How long he's back? That's the question. How long he's back? It could be weeks. It could be days. I'm hoping it's months and years, if I'm honest, but we don't know. But him being fit is absolutely vital because it takes a lot of pressure off Salah to score the goals. I'm glad Gakpo got back on the score sheet yesterday. All in all, though, the game, I would see that as if I look at it before the game, drawing 2-2 against Fulham, it's 2 points dropped. If I watch the whole game as a whole, because opinions change and context change as well. We got sending off early, we went behind twice, we got a point. It's a point game for me in terms of the whole game, and I'm happy with that game. I'm happy with the mentality more than anything. In certain individual performances, we need to see better. I'm not happy with certain incidents, but in terms of the whole game, a point's a point. A point could be the difference between winning a title and not winning a title, and it works when like Arsenal drop points as well. And we've got the cushion over others. It's slightly if Chelsea win today, then it is slightly decreasing, and I do worry about that because it's 2 points dropped in 2 games in a row now, and that's a mentality that could be a mentality shift, but. We've got to bounce back now against Tottenham. I saw someone yesterday saying it's a must win against Tottenham. I get that statement, and then people are like, that's not a must win. But I get that statement because of the fact that I said before, two games dropping points in 2 games could turn into 5 games dropping points in. It's a mentality thing. I think it's a must win against Tottenham because you need to get the man set back on the winning ways. Because if you drop 3 games in a row, then doubts do start creaking in. And we've got Leicester at home, the game after. I think it's Leicester at home and West Ham away, I want to say. So, but then you're saying, oh, we've got Leicester at home, should win them. But you can look at any game like that, we should be winning this, should we win that? Any game's hard as any game's hard as the next game. I mean, look at Southampton, worst team in the league, but they give us a proper tough task to get any sort of victory out of that game. Pardon me. But yeah, let's see what we do against Southampton. I'm interested to see the rotation of what Slot does against Southampton midweek. But Tottenham, we need to get back on it, get back on the arse and start riding again. Like I said, I think it's a point gained in terms of context of the whole game. And I'm not too disheartened. I'm disappointed at certain performances and certain things that I've seen online. But I'm not too disheartened at the team because that mentality is absolutely key. Never give up, never give in, ensure we get a point regardless. And that's what I love about this team. Thank you everyone for watching. Get your comments in about the game. What's your thoughts on the game? What's your thoughts on the title race? Thank you everyone for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, notification bells on. We get content out every single day. We just released the first 2 episodes of What If. What if Trent went to Real Madrid? What if Liverpool won the Premier League title? And so on. We've got talking quizzes coming out this week, a brand new round 2, so it'll be a bingo style round, and much more content out as well all week. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a great weekend, Reds.